Good afternoon. I'd like to call this January 14th, 2025 meeting of the City of Charleston Committee on Ways and Means to order. We'll begin by asking Councilmember Appel to give the invocation. Thank you. Item number 2, approval of minutes from December 17th, 2024. Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Item number 3.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
before we get into the meat of the agenda, if I can make a motion, please, to add an item.
Yes.
I'd like to move for authorization for the mayor to execute an other work in progress agreement with Dominion regarding 141 Meeting Street for the transformer relocation at the EB White Building. The estimated cost of this to the city would be paid through our NSSF was approximately $250,836. The other half to be paid by Dominion. You will recall this is something that we have already previously approved. It just didn't go through the proper channels through the Dominion process. The exigent circumstance here is the project has already begun. Dominion is requiring us to do this to continue with the project, and that will be a precursor to the closing, which is scheduled for that property in the next week or so. So I'd move that be added. I'd ask my fellow council members to support that.
All right, so we have a motion to add 141 Meeting Street, authorization for the mayor to execute other work in progress to the agenda, moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor of adding this to the agenda, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
And Mr. Chairman, I don't
Yeah,
know what
have
you
it.
wanted on the agenda, but seeing as we brought it up, I'd move for its approval.
What'd you say? I'm
I
sorry.
didn't know where you wanted it on the
Oh,
agenda,
well,
but
let's
seeing
make
as
it
it's-
item number 3.
seeing as it's hot right now, I'd like to move for its approval.
All right, moved and properly seconded. We got a second. Any discussion on approval? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you,
Okay,
Mr. Chairman.
call that item number 3A. Item number 3B, Parks Capital Project.
Move for approval.
All right, $1,287,263 to complete plan improvements at Fort Pemberton Park. Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 4, stormwater management approval of a construction contract with Low Country Site Work, $5,875,000. We got a motion? And did I hear a second? Second by Councilmember Mitchell. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 5, stormwater management, approval of a memorandum of agreement with the Charleston County for Howell Avenue stormwater retrofit in the amount of $0. Second. Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 6, stormwater management, approval of low battery seawall repairs, change order number 5 with Gulfstream Construction in the amount of $423,411.08.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 7, stormwater management, approval of low battery seawall repairs, phase 4, change order number 6 with Gulfstream Construction Company in the amount of $548,783.91. Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Might we entertain a motion? Somebody make a motion to take items 8 through 11 together? All right, we have a motion to take items 8 through 11 together, moved and properly seconded. These are all task order contracts for brick arch lining and repair services. Any discussion on taking items 8 through 11 together? All right, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Now for taking it, voting on items 8 through 11, moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. On to item number 12, Police Department, approval of a memorandum of understanding with the city of North Charleston. Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 13, Police Department, approval to enter into a subaward agreement with Anna Laszlo Associates. Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. And item number 14, recreation, approval of an agreement with St. Andrews Parks Parish and Playground, at least 4 lanes at St. Andrews. Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Now for item number 15, we'll turn this over to Chairman Appel for the Committee on Real Estate report from December 16th, 2024.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. City of Charleston Committee on Real Estate met on December 16th last year. The first item up pertained to 3 Lockwood. This had been before the committee multiple times. This was a proposed 4th amendment to the ground lease over there by the city marina. Safe Harbor is no longer involved, so we're really working directly with Charleston Marine Holdings, Peter Dodds and his crew. The terms before the committee were revised from the original proposal, which would have had 4 extensions of 5 years each. The new terms were 4 terms of 5 years, 1 3-year extension at a 2, and 2 extensions of 5 years until it goes up to market rate. So the net of that is the original proposal was 88 total months of below market months of rent. Under the revised proposal, that number drops to 64. Since Safe Harbor is no longer part of the transaction, we remove the language pertaining to moving and relocating the improvements. And this was all unanimously approved as revised. The next item up had to do with 529 Meeting Street and the Hope Center. This is this has come before City Council a couple times since I've been on. This is a amendment to essentially keep us in. This time the extension runs to the end of 2026. And this is essentially to allow for more time to enable the permanent home for the Hope Center to be solidified. We don't pay rent under this lease, but we are responsible for the taxes, insurance, and maintenance. This was unanimously approved as well. Next item up was, yeah.
I know we were talking about buying it, but I think the owner at that time was not interested. Is that still a possible option for us?
I'm getting a lot of
No?
head shakes from the.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. The next item up had to do with the annual approval for the wireless technology over at Brittle Bank Park in connection with SeaWe. This is for a 45 by 45 foot area, 6-foot tower, and this is for Verizon. This is done every year, and this was unanimously approved by the committee. Next item up was a purchase and sale agreement for a little over 15 acres over in Berkeley County for public safety facilities, police, laydown, and fleet. This was unanimously approved. And then we looked at leases for both 108 Meeting Street and 200 Meeting Street. And this is in connection with relocating some of the staff at the city that'll be relocated as part of the 75 Calhoun move out. And both of those leases were unanimously approved by the committee.
Question?
Yes.
On, I think it's F and E and F, both are leases. Is it possible, Mr. Chairman, that we could get all leases that the city's involved in with amounts and also including what we will have to lease in order to relocate our staff? So that we just can get a figure of how much the city is spending leasing space, if possible.
Sure. I am sure, Melina's here. Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. And that concluded the items. We had 4 annexations, all were residential in character. And if anybody is wondering, I don't think this is the Robert Duvall. It's just another Robert Duvall, but Charleston is an international city, so you never know. But all 4 of those annexations were unanimously approved.
District 1 is a great place to live. It could be the
It
actual
could be,
Robert.
it could, you should look into that. You should look into that. And that concludes my report, and I ask that be accepted.
Yeah, like Ohio State or something. All right. Okay, any other business to come before the Committee on Ways and Means? Oh, I'm sorry. Let's,
I moved it. Someone's got a second?
all right, motion and properly seconded on acceptance of the Real Estate Committee report. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Gregory.
another request. I know that we get under bids and purchases, anything that's under 100,000. Is it possible for us to get a listing of all activity under 100,000 for the entire city?
I will look into that. Try to get that.
Thank you. I mean, because it is sort of a test. We started at 40, remember? And we thought that 40 was too low and staff wanted it to be higher. So it'd just be good for us to take a look, okay, at how that process is working.
We'll request staff that start adding that to bids and purchases. Bids and purchases, or you want
Wherever it's appropriate,
like bids and
I'd
purchases?
just like
Makes
for
more
us
sense.
to get a sense of,
Talk to staff and try to include that on the next meeting.
appreciate it.
Okay, that concludes this meeting.